Code of Honor is the Steven Seagal movie where he was finally able to show the world that no matter what you may think about him,
murderers, robbers, rapists, dealers, pedophiles,
his movies will always be dog shit.
Just like old Tom's, huh?
It starts off with how Seagal thinks drug deals happen, with 30 guys standing around with automatic weapons in an open area right next to a public road. Real subtle, guys. This is when we get to see the theme of the movie. Something that looks like it might actually be watchable before doing a 180 and insulting everyone. Seagal starts taking these criminals out in a semi-believable way. But just when you think Seagal has finally accepted he is an obese man pushing 70, and nobody's buying him as a ninja anymore, he goes and does this. God damn it, Seagal. That's the stupid. Here comes the insulting. Really, Seagal? We're supposed to believe this is you? Then we get another Seagal classic. The body double used to just stand there. This is like 2 full seconds and the audience can see his face. What the f***, man? We then see the police at the crime scene and meet
Special Agent William Porter.
Seagal's former protege, whose first line is telling the audience just how awesome Seagal is.
Smoking cigars now. And I thought he was perfect.
He's there to help out the police, who have no chance of bringing in Seagal by themselves. Now that that's out of the way, we get to see Seagal in his natural environment as a creepy old man at a strip club in the afternoon.
Oh, and the scary guy in the back isn't tipping.
In case you forgot how badass he is, we get an awesome shot of him blowing up the strip club, or possibly just the bathroom, as he walks away like a boss, not even reacting to it. Because it's been at least 5 minutes since he's insulted the audience, we are told by the lowest budgeted news channel in the world,
Bomb squad officials report that only a military-grade bomb could cause a destruction of this magnitude.
that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. But there's still 80 minutes left in the movie, and I'm pretty sure Seagal can top it.
Fireboys are telling me they're pretty sure that it was a bomb.
And that took less than a minute. I'm glad we're all on the same page that it was a bomb. We learned the club was used to store illegal guns and ammo for some f***ing reason. Anyways, Porter sees Seagal and tries to catch up with him, but he's just too damn speedy. Now Porter finally tells the NYPD about Seagal.
His name is Colonel Robert Sykes. Skills at hand-to-hand combat, weapons, firearms, explosives it's unmatched.
Most importantly, he gives them this vital information.
What else should we know about this guy?
Well, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, he doesn't sleep around, and he didn't smoke either.
Thanks, dipshit. That's really f***ing helpful. Seagal then executes these 2 guys who were already being arrested.
Partner, shots fired! Shots fired!
Which seems unnecessary. But then again, that's Seagal's specialty. Speaking of unnecessary, we then get a scene that serves absolutely no purpose other than a filler action scene. Seagal's nowhere in it though, so it's actually half decent. We then get this very necessary scene of a hooker being thrown out of a car
Y'all waste my money, bitch.
Seagal executes her pimp but leaves her unharmed. I think you're supposed to sympathize with her,
I'm just doing this till I get back on my feet.
but then again, maybe not. This is Carrie. She's a stripper that really doesn't need to be in the movie, but for stupid reasons keeps showing up. Here, the mafia thinks she had something to do with the strip club bombing. Why? Because after the place blew up, an investigator asked her some questions.
Well, you might want to talk to her. She was here earlier today.
That's definitely suspicious. So, whatever. They thought that was bullshit, so they tried to kill her. Luckily, Porter shows up at that exact moment for reasons that are never explained.
It's not a good time.
Never is.
And kills these guys, even though his gun is clearly empty. After killing 2 more thugs in the alley with his magical gun, he's just about to be killed himself when he is saved by the worst CGI in movie history. So Seagal shows up to talk some shit,
What's wrong with you, man? You slipping. But you can't check your 6.
which is pretty ballsy considering he's the one responsible for this shit show of a movie, before blowing everyone's mind by asking the deepest question one human has ever asked another.
Would you give your life to save the world if nobody knew you did it?
Whoa. Anyways, we're supposed to believe that violent crime in New York has been eliminated due to Seagal's actions.
There hasn't been a violent crime reported in almost a week.
Once again, proving that you should never announce that something is the dumbest thing you have ever heard while there's still time left in a Seagal movie. In this next scene, Seagal finally proved his critics wrong. Not only is he the greatest action star of all time, but he can write Oscar award-winning dialogue as well.
I really need some.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Come on, I'll suck your dick.
I don't know. The last time you fucking chewed it all up with those teeth.
If you're telling me you don't have goosebumps right now, then you're a goddamn liar. Seagal then sets up a meeting with Porter, who goes in with a wire. Turns out, this entire meeting was completely pointless. Seagal just says some really hurtful things to Porter.
You had a beautiful wife and a son who loved you. You lied, you cheated. And my wife was ripped away from my life. Yours left you on her own free will because you were such a son of a bitch. If I'm the bad guy, what does that make you?
Then tells him he's
Sitting on a chair that has a bomb underneath it, the one that goes boom when you stand up.
We then get an entire action scene where Porter has to stay in his chair. Seagal found that so inspiring that to this very day, he does all his scenes sitting down.
You're bothering me!
Carrie then shows up at the police station to report the shootout in her apartment.
So who killed the men in your apartment and outside your building?
Agent Porter.
You remember all those people that were killed several days ago? Well, she finally found time in her busy schedule to report the mass killing, and nobody seems to give a shit. To be fair, it's a Seagal movie, so clearly nobody does give a shit. Anyways, Porter doesn't really work for the FBI.
What about Porter?
Who's Porter?
I want to say that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but there's still 20 minutes left, so I'll just say it's the dumbest thing I've heard yet. The movie takes that nonsensical twist to make you question if Seagal's character really even exists, which all leads to this final showdown on top of a building for really no reason.
What took you, man? I've been waiting up here all this time.
This fight is comedy gold. Seagal actually thinks he looks good here. First, it's a knife, not a sword. Waving it around like that makes you look like an idiot. And second, nobody believes this is you. You're embarrassing yourself. But it gets better. When the FBI helicopter comes around, this is what Seagal does. There is no way a 70-year-old, 300-pound man walks away from that. Anyways, to top this scene off, we either get the worst CGI you have ever seen, or the FBI are fucking Jedi. It's a Seagal movie, so both seem likely. Then, for reasons that aren't explained, Seagal blows up the entire floor of the building. So, was Seagal made up by Porter, like in The Usual Suspects? Was Seagal an alternate personality, like Fight Club?
Again sometime.
Or did they both really exist? Since it's the end of the movie, Seagal can finally go all out with being as dumb as possible. It turns out it was Porter that never existed.
Said his name was Robert Sykes. There wasn't a William Porter.
Even though the army sent over their files with their fucking pictures. This is literally the only resolution that can't possibly be true, and it's what Seagal goes with. Fuck you, Seagal.